What's up, Dayton Bulldogs with another video. And tonight we are gonna be doing a reaction to this brand new SML Universe video. And this is the Many Victims of SML. So, before we get into the video, see and find out what this will be about, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to us what you want us to act next. Hit that bell icon also so you can get notified of new and old content on Dayton Bulldogs. So without further ado, 3, 2, 1, and let's get right into the video. And let go. Let go.
From fans getting scammed by the SML Patreon, to messy breakups with Logan's ex-girlfriends, today we're diving into the many victims of SML. All the bad things that happen to people working on the channel, as well as disturbing things that happen to fans in the community.
Yeah.
And there's no better place to start than by looking into one of the darkest corners of SML history. The 7 predators within the community who got exposed for talking to cupcakes. And there's no better place to start than with EDP445. Him and Logan were pretty good friends. So much so to the point where Logan flew EDP and his friend Felipe out to Super Bowl 51. At the time, EDP wasn't financially stable, and even had his own GoFundMe. So Logan saw this and wanted to help out. He was gonna sign him to a 6-month contract to be a part of the crew back in 2017. Logan offered him $5,000 a month to voice act. However, Logan ended up ghosting EDP, not responding to any of his texts or answering any of his calls. One of Logan's excuses during this period is that he was, quote, on a cruise. Now, believe it or not, Logan may have made one of the best decisions of his career. Fast forward to 2021, EDP was caught texting him and was planning to meet up with her. Fortunately, the wasn't real, and it was all a sting operation by YouTubers under the name of Predator Poachers. EDP ended up meeting with the YouTubers and thinking it was gonna be
interesting.
But instead, they ended up catching him, and EDP
so sweet, so easy on the eyes, but hideous on the inside. Whole life's been lies, but you can't hide.
Okay.
A heart-melting crush is waiting for you on Tinder.
But instead, they ended up catching him, and EDP's insanely dumb excuse is that he was there to, quote, pick up a cupcake.
Well, I was actually coming out here to pick up a cupcake and then go back home.
Now, we can all clearly agree that this was a whole bunch of lies, and even the YouTubers that caught him knew as they had all the nasty stuff that EDP said in his messages for evidence.
Yeah.
Now, many of you may be asking, how would this have affected Logan if he had hired EDP? Well, thankfully, Logan ghosting him worked out, as if Logan did hire EDP, well, let's just say we would have a lot of problems on our hands. Most of you probably assumed that EDP was done after this. Well, he sure wasn't. In 2023, the YouTubers named Gideon and Skeeter Jean caught EDP again while trying to meet up with him. And funnily enough, Gideon was wearing a cupcake costume.
Well, Brian, I just want to know, why do you think we're here? If you could guess, Brian, why do you think we're here? Could you answer me that?
And to add icing on the cake, just 2 months later, SML came out with a new video called Jeffy Catches a Predator, completely mocking EDP, making him a puppet, and making
that's true.
Joseph think that he was friends with him, and Logan even added the infamous cupcake quote in there.
What are you doing here, Bob?
Well, I was actually coming out here to pick up a cupcake and then go back home.
Nowadays, though, even though he had his YouTube channel with over 2 million subscribers,
Was he really gonna pick up a cupcake?
terminated, while being banned from most of the internet, EDP is still
Even more than a cupcake, no doubt.
active on very small, low-key social media accounts with only a couple hundred followers, mainly Twitter and TikTok. Although he's playing a game of whack-a-mole because whenever they find his accounts, he gets banned. But while EDP is chasing cupcakes, WH Dude was chasing the Army's number 2. with a side of lolly. Oh, WH dude, aka the most unemployed SML reactor ever. Where do we even start with him? In case you don't know, WH dude is an SML reviewer slash reactor, if you could even call his reactions that, and let's just say he's not exactly a fan favorite in the community. Even SML themselves took shots at him in one of their videos, calling him a crybaby. They actually used his YouTube profile picture for Cody's channel in SNL movie Cody's Amiibo, and had Cody crying and titled the whole thing I Cry for Attention, which is a reference to how WH dude squeals for attention in his rant videos.
Look at you cry!
Now, some of you might not be caught up with the community, and might be thinking, what did he do to get so much hate? Well, I think the best place to start is with his rants. Well, most SML reviewers at least try to be fair, or constructive. This dude would just go off on Logan, like full-on meltdown mode. Long story short, if you're planning to check out any of these videos, do yourself a favor and turn down the volume first.
Hey guys, this is Logan. I just wanted to say, this is the 1-year anniversary when I said, screw you all, I'm gonna make lots of Disney videos. Why? Because I wanna make lots of money.
Another reason why people aren't too fond of him is because he literally is the fun police. He would go off on rants in his videos about SML merch, even though that stuff is clearly meant for the younger fans. And sure, the product placement can be a bit much sometimes, but realistically, he's just complaining about nothing. By now, most of you are probably thinking that's it for him. But no, we haven't even scratched the surface yet on some of the more serious things he's done. And some of these things are just really, really weird. For example, at the start of this year, another SML YouTuber named Darkcray dropped a video titled "The WH Dude Allegations Are Insane." And yeah, he wasn't kidding. In it, he laid out some serious stuff, claiming that WH Dude had been dating a girl who told him she was 16, and while all this was going on, he was 19 at the time. On top of that, there were a bunch of messages and moments that were just super creepy. So after Darkcray's video blew up, WH Dude ended up posting a response video. But let's just say, it didn't really do him any favors. He basically just denied everything, but didn't show any proof or try to clear things up in a solid way. Meanwhile, Darkcray came in with screenshots and actual evidence, so you can probably guess who most people believed, especially since WH Dude already had a rough reputation in the SML community. And to make things even worse, the response was barely a minute long. He only talked about one of the accusations and completely ignored the rest, which made him look even
Come shopping with me at the Wellness Shop at Ulta Beauty. The Wellness Shop has all of my wellness essentials in one place, which makes shopping so much easier. Whether it's for your mind or body, I love that I can find all my wellness essentials to keep me feeling grounded and practice my self-care routine. If you haven't already, be sure to head to the new Wellness Shop at Ulta Beauty today.
which made him look even more guilty, and this caused the comment section to be total chaos. People were dragging him left and right.
There was also a claim about supposedly masturbating to this person, which obviously isn't true.
Ah, yes. The best defense against any allegation. This isn't true, guys. Obviously. Trust me, bro. Dab. Dude, this was probably the worst response he could have had. Honestly, I'm not sure if Logan lies more, or if WH Dude does. We got real-life Mr. Winkle before GTA 6. Probably one of the worst responses to allegations I've ever seen. You should be ashamed, dude. But believe it or not, the allegations don't even stop there. Darkcray came back with another video, claiming WH Dude has been talking to even more cupcakes. At that point, things were seriously piling up. So finally, WH Dude dropped a longer response. About 10 minutes this time. But honestly, it was not much better than the first one. Instead of explaining anything, he pretty much just brushed everything off with, obviously, this isn't true. And here's the thing. Sure, he might think it's obviously fake, but to anyone else watching, especially the people who don't know him personally, it's just not that simple. And all we see is one guy with screenshots and receipts, and the other guy saying, nah, I didn't do this, without showing anything. Naturally, people are gonna side with the one who came with proof. That's just kinda how this stuff plays out. Now, you may think we're done here, but we're certainly not. WH Dude is not only an unemployed SML critic and PDF file, but he's also a misogynist. In his videos, he has always made his misogyny obvious, and not many people really ever notice it. For example, Dub put together some sort of guide for girls, like a list of requirements if they wanted to date him, which is definitely not a weird thing for someone to make. But let's be honest though, nobody wants to date Dub. Now, what really stood out was the first thing on the list. He says he wouldn't date anyone to 19 or younger, which is pretty ironic, considering that he literally online dated someone who was way under. The main reason on why this is misogynistic is because Dub is claiming that girls can be controlled by men, as he's making rules for girls that would want to get with him. Nowadays, WH Dude is making non-SML related content to stay undercover after the accusations, getting way less views than his SML content ever got. But while WH Dude may have barely held on to his presence on the internet, let's take a look at someone who disappeared forever. The SMR was a pretty well-liked SML critic and reviewer in the community, and one day, his whole career went to shambles. On December 23rd, 2023, his Twitter account got fully hacked. The hacker posted his full address, which definitely isn't normal at all. After he got hacked, all of his friends were trying to message him and see what happened, but they got no response. Shortly after this, the inevitable happened. Rumors started circulating of him messaging cupcakes. It wasn't believed by most at first, until the messages actually got leaked. This wasn't good for him at all because he had a pretty good social media presence. So hours later, the SMR deleted all of his social media and completely disappeared from the internet. This left many fans in shock, and everyone eventually started hating him for what he did. Really loved watching him until it came out that he was texting cupcakes. After a while had passed since the allegations, the SMR ended up reaching out to an old friend of his, a fellow YouTuber named Super Mario Nick. He gave Nick a lot of information. He opened up to Nick saying that he was getting doxxed due to his address being leaked. He also sent a paragraph trying to explain that he'd been set up, claiming that all the allegations were just made up by a group of people who apparently hated him for no clear reason. But honestly, that came off as pretty suspicious, especially since there was a lot of evidence contradicting what he had said, so most people don't buy it.
What happened was, again, I was on Instagram and then I saw the SMR, not from the SMR's like actual Instagram account, but from his like personal Instagram account. He like messaged me and he said like, hey, it's the SMR, and he wrote me like a paragraph of text basically explaining that he was, framed and whatnot, and that the stuff that he did was, just made up by a bunch of people who hated him, and I don't know if that's entirely true, to be honest.
The situation escalated so much to the point where there's even rumors that the SMR supposedly wanted to off himself. All of this caused the SMR to become one of the main examples that people in the SML community would bring up whenever someone got exposed for stuff like this. But while the SMR was perving out to cupcakes, XBS was perving out to Elena Keys.
Shop the tabby at Coach.com.
Gotta have it, gotta have it. Give me more, give me more. Gotta have it, gotta have it. Can't stop, won't stop. Gotta have it, gotta have it. Give me more, give me more. Gotta have it, gotta have it. Can't stop, won't stop. Gotta have it, gotta have it. Give me more, give me more. Gotta have it, gotta have it. Can't stop, won't stop. Gotta have it, gotta have it. Give me more, give me more.
Keys, the voice of Rose on SML. XBS is a notorious name in the SML community due to his absolutely outrageous simping for Elena, and he would go to any length to do so. But before we talk about that, I have to tell you about an Instagram account named Drama Plus Studios, aka Mike Van. You're probably wondering, why am I telling you about this guy in the XBS section of the video? Well, that's because he is secretly XBS, and he uses this account to hide his identity and stir up drama. He claims that this Mike Van guy is not XBS, but in this video from Instagram, we can see clear proof that they're the same person. XBS slipped up on the live stream and made it super obvious. And as we can see in this clip, he clearly looks down to turn the camera off on the Mike Van account. But now that we know that these two are the same person, which will be important later, let's get back to his shenanigans with Elena. He was known overall to just be really weird and creepy towards Elena online, always leaving comments on her Instagram posts. But what really took the creep meter to 100 is when he went to an SML meet and greet where Elena was there, and during this meet and greet, he got a picture like any normal SML fan would, which just something about this picture is so uncomfortable. Why is bro getting this close to Elena? That's just bro, like, stop. But after he got his picture, XBS got a bouncy ball from the giant gumball machine, and while he was near Elena, he dropped a ball on the ground, and while picking it up, he tried to look up Elena's skirt. While he thought this was a smart move, the SML crew caught onto this and were laughing about it. And this was all on the live stream, but to make his simping even worse, on top of XBS being a total creep, he's even tried to take down this YouTube channel, because on May 24th at 2:30 a.m., my video about what happened to every one of Logan's ex-girlfriends got a copyright strike, which right away was pretty weird, because I've never really had any copyright problems with SML in the past. So I looked into it, and what would you know? It was claimed by the one and only Mike Van, aka XBS. And if we take a deeper look at this, bro literally claimed me on a random clip of Adriana crashing out at Logan. So obviously this was a false claim, but it makes you wonder, why would he want to claim me? Well, he actually posted an Instagram story right before claiming me, and I don't really want to read all this, but basically in this post he accuses me for having AI videos. I don't know what about this channel he possibly thinks is AI. I have a small team of SML fans, and we literally spend hours researching and editing these videos for you guys. But anyways, more importantly, it seems like the only reason he took this down is because he was white knighting over Elena. Like, brother, she's not gonna let you hit. If Elena really had a problem with this video, she could have taken it down herself. Like, it's not that deep. So anyways, after this whole debacle, I submitted a counterclaim, and then he started crashing out even more on Instagram, which you guys can pause and read over if you want. But after this, he responded by saying, I don't know how he can get me in court. It's an obviously AI-made video, so he legally doesn't even own the rights to it since he didn't make it, which is like the dumbest thing to say because it's not AI. And yeah, sending a false copyright claim to someone under a fake name, even when you're not 18, would not win a case in court. But, you know, whatever. But eventually, he contacted YouTube and removed the strike, probably realizing how wrong he was in the whole situation. He must have quickly learned that nobody in the YouTube community likes people who false strike others' work. Copyright strikes are a serious deal, because if you get 3 strikes, your channel gets deleted. But while XBS might be a total creep and a copyright abuser, nothing XBS did can compare to the amount of stuff that came out about Ray Rants. Ray Rants was another SML YouTuber, kind of in the same lane as the SMR. They had similar content, and people often compared the two. Eventually, some allegations came out about Ray. People were claiming that he'd said some really inappropriate stuff to a year-old cupcake. It was a serious situation, but similar to the SMR, he was also liked in the SML community at the time, so a lot of people actually stood up for it.
Wherever fall takes you, Pep Boys can help you get there. Save up to $300 with buy 3, get the 4th tire free on Cooper Adventurer all-season tires. Or save $120 instantly with free installation on any Kumho tires in sets of 4. Discover more deals online and trust Pep Boys to keep you moving.
Hey, over here, Acorns makes it super easy for anyone to get started investing. In just 5 minutes, you can start putting your money to work. No need to be an expert. Acorns will recommend a personalized portfolio for you based on your own risk tolerance. Give your extra spare change a chance to grow with their Roundups feature. Or start setting money aside for your future with automatic recurring investments. Whatever you decide, I'm sure your future self will thank you.
Stood up for him. One of those people, yet again, being Super Mario Nick. He pointed out that when the SMR got exposed, he immediately deleted his channel, which made him seem like he was guilty. But Ray Rants at the time didn't do that, and some took that as a sign as he wasn't trying to hide anything.
So I believe that Ray Rants is innocent, okay? That's the side that I'm proving, that's the side I'm supporting.
At the time, Ray Rants actually messaged Super Mario Knit, saying his defense was that the cupcake was being persistent, and he kept telling her to stop. But clearly, this was a big fat lie, because just a few weeks later, Ray Rants also deleted his channel, literally pulling an SMR. It was pretty much confirmed that he was guilty, and after that, he disappeared and no one really heard from him again. But the community wasn't about to let this slide. Some people went too far, and there were even cases of doxing. But for the most part, people started collecting receipts, they dug up Discord messages, and put together evidence from other platforms. games, and by then, it was pretty clear he was done for. After that, the SML community's reputation took an even bigger hit. Things were already rough after that whole SMR mess, and now this? Yeah, it wasn't a good look for anyone. But now, let's talk about the one and only Zeke. And most of you probably already know who he is, but for those who don't, Zeke is one of the oldest SML crew members, and mainly voiced Mama Luigi. He joined the crew in 2008, but shortly ended up leaving in 2009 because he had to move to Colorado. But this wasn't the end of Zeke in SML, because in 2017, he came back to film the remake of Toad's Mistake, and supposedly some parts of the Super Mario Logan movie. But after this, Logan never invited him back to film. Now that we got that out of the way, what we really gotta focus on is how Zeke was a creep in the community. Well, none other than Darkrai himself made a video on him in August of 2024, exposing Zeke for liking Con. Very similar to WH Dude. I guess best friends always have something in common. This caused many fans to start hating on Zeke, as before he was completely adored by the community, and most people were shocked that the very man who voiced most of the OG fans' favorite characters is now doing these absurd things. What hand would Dub have in any of this? Pretty interesting turn, though Zeke didn't strike me as weird at first, but I later went on to learn how absurd and weird he can be. It's a shame that Zeke was a creep. I had fond memories of Mama Luigi from old Super Mario Logan, but Zeke's actions are unacceptable. Another thing about Zeke is his content he would post. He would sometimes post very questionable content, like online dating simulators and anime games that have suggestive characters in the thumbnails. And funny enough, one very interesting thing about Logan is how he has gut senses for when it comes to PDF files. I mean, Logan avoided hiring a PDF file not only once, but twice. Now, Zeke did make a response video to this on his channel, but he started it off by saying that he thought the drawings were supposedly of girls that were of age.
To his response, I had liked, retweeted, and commented on on that art that he showed, because I was under the impression it was drawn aged up.
Basically, for the rest of the video, Zeke is apologizing for his actions and saying that he should have never retweeted that and had a private account. However, having a private account still wouldn't make retweeting and fantasizing about it good at all. Nowadays, Zeke went pretty inactive on social media due to the incident, but many people in the video comments did show him sympathy, hoping this gray area of controversy will be over sooner than later. Stay strong, Zeke, and have a good one. I made a lot of mistakes in the past too, that I still regret to this day, but I believe that if a person is willing to change and grow, they still deserve a second chance. You're one of the nicest people I've met. You always stay true to your heart and what's on your mind. I believe you and forgive you. Mistakes happen, accidents happen, no one is perfect. It's a part of life. Take care, my friend.
My approach to the game is to just have fun. So this is me as a centre-back, and this would be their striker. Being a centre-back, you're the last line of defence. I'm waiting for the attacker to take an extra touch so that I can get my body in front.
Jess Carter with a sensational stop.
I love football from the very beginning, but girls had to stop playing on the boys' team around the ages of 11 to 12. So I had a coach, and he created a girls' team so that I could continue playing. He basically turned a bunch of princesses into bulldozers, is what I like to say to everyone. That team was really the beginning of everything for me. When I went pro, I realized if you're not winning trophies, then you're out. If you're not confident in who you are, then that much pressure will break you. And I started to break. And it just got to a point where I think I just stopped giving a damn. I needed to reframe everything. And I love football enough that I put all of that aside, like the pressure of winning, and really committed to being my best self. I was just gonna go play, do me, and either it'll be enough for it or it won't. And yeah, that was the switch. This past year I've been allowed to just be me. I think being able to have such a big shift in mindset has opened me up to all different versions of myself. When I was younger, I never used to be very girly. Just talking about my childhood and how I didn't really used to wear makeup.
You were like, no, I don't like this. You've made me look like a clown. When I tried to put makeup on you, you were like, not too heavy like yours.
I do recall that, actually.
Look at you now, glowing with a face of makeup.
I do have fun experimenting with makeup now. I feel like it lets me explore new parts of who I am. When my eyebrows are done, I think they make me feel good, and for me, they really define my face. They make me feel confident. Now, to me, femininity is a woman being her confident self in any format. I feel better, I feel happier. I feel like I can show all the versions of myself. I didn't have anyone before that looked like me that I could look up to. So now I can be that for other little girls. I can be a princess and a bulldozer.
It's time to rise. To learn with the latest tech. Then, lead the future of healthcare. And to practice with faculty who treat you like a peer. Because soon, you will be. To get hands-on experience in the classroom, so you can make a statement. This is your time to rise.
Take care, my friend. However, at the end of the day, all of this made Zeke a creep, and many people in the SML community still don't like him. Some fans may have forgiven Zeke, but the same definitely can't be said about Sean Mays. Sean, also known as Sean Lover, or PlayStation Master, was a member of the SML community back in 2017 to 2018. He was known for being an obnoxious fan of GameCube Dude, and he's one of the more obscure creeps on this list. But he's easily probably the worst in this video. It all began back in February of 2018. Sean started making some really inappropriate and unsettling comments towards a cupcake on Twitter. This cupcake was actually a moderator from a Discord server that belonged to WH Dude, though that server has since been taken down. And if you think it can't get any worse, he would also sometimes send incredibly disturbing videos to cupcakes, basically telling them what he would do to them. Viewer discretion is advised here, as some of these clips are incredibly disturbing.
And as for Steven Blue Toe Plussy, see that? You and me making out, having eat together at night, no parents, you know, having sex with you.
Now, some of you may be asking, what was the age of the moderator in question? Well, to make matters 10 times worse, the moderator was that many years old, and Sean was 22. After all of this madness went down, Sean hopped on a podcast with WH Dude and tried to clear his name, but it just ended up making everything worse for himself.
Pluto Plushie, I just want to apologize for harassing you in the past few months. I know you don't like it. Well, it's just that because I was a little bit mad at you for banning me at your servers.
I have a question. So, because he banned you from his server,
You decide to harass him because of that?
and you made the comments that's what?
After everything that happened, a lot of people started making videos talking about Sean, and eventually he was removed from the SML community. You'd think that'd be the end of it, but things actually got more serious in July of 2018. That's when Sean got caught showing his private parts to a 15-year-old YouTuber. Even though he tried to deny it, Zeke and several moderators confirmed what had happened. Not long after, GameCube Dude saw enough and eventually spoke out about it during a live stream.
Yeah, you know what? That's something I can say about Sean Mays. Sean, you said in your videos that you're a fucking pedophile. People have seen it, and you're gonna start calling my friend a pedophile? I have half a mind to dox you, find out who you are so you can't pull this shit anymore.
And a thing with Sean is that he can never learn, because in December of 2018, he got caught talking with a cupcake again, and this time, this cupcake was the ripe age of years old. He would try to defend himself in the comments of the video, but this just incriminated him even more. Listen, I'm sorry, okay? It's just when I look at her, it reminded me of my ex-girlfriend, or I got in a What? In addition to everything, during 2018, Sean would also do a lot of other very weird things. Some notable examples are that he once peed on a live stream. He also made a completely false story about his mom getting offed, most likely to try to get sympathy from the community. And to make everything worse, he even got naked on a stream once. But fast forward to the end of December, and Sean disappeared from the internet. Most people thought that this was the end of Sean, but he proceeded to return in December 2020. Just 2 years later, he would make a video announcing his return, but he would leave shortly again after because he ended up showing his private parts to another cupcake. However, this time, thankfully, it wasn't a real cupcake, and this was actually a sting operation set up by the YouTuber named Corson Drax. Before Sean disappeared for good, he made one final response video trying to clear his name, and basically just denied everything, calling the YouTuber a liar and said that he's a good person.
Corson, you're a liar, you're a snake, and you're a toxic b****. Why? Because you tricked me last night by asking me to show him my private parts, and I had to expose you why you did it. Because you're an ugly mother.
Also, I could have wrote on them.
I don't care. I don't know why Louis Shell 50 and Poe Pieces are friends with you, but I have to address this. I hope everybody can clear my name, that I'm a good person, a good man, and I have a changed man with some big muscles.
Now, honestly, I'm not surprised at all if you cringed at this, but he was very clearly lying and had no remorse at all for his actions. Many people in the SML community hate Sean, and also cringe from all of his nasty actions. The SMR was an absolutely horrible person. No one would deny that. But the thing Sean did was, geez, people who like him make me lose my hope for humanity. Every word that comes out of Sean's mouth just makes me want to puke my guts out from cringe alone. That was a lot of predators that were lurking around the SML community.
It tastes like the strawberry bubblegum.
Was not
Riley Brennan,
I
scene in Shelby Oaks.
didn't know how to really explain it, that's why.
I know my sister's not dead.
Sorry about it.
You should be proud of her.
Even like, well, it's obviously like high gradient food state.
You got here first.
Man, a rice paper,
She's right there.
Good morning, guys. And water in some type of flavor.
Wake up, good morning, it's a brand new day. The skies above, it's a perfect day.
Community. But now, let's talk about the messy situations with Logan's 6 different ex-girlfriends, with some of them being straight up psycho killer insane, and others breaking Logan's heart. And we're gonna go over what happened to all of them, starting with Adriana, who is one of the craziest ones in this video. Logan and Adriana started dating back in early 2020, shortly after the SML drama began, and Logan temporarily broke up with his girlfriend of 10 years, Chili. Their relationship became public in April of 2020, when Lance posted a vlog titled Logan's New Girlfriend.
I have my two lovers.
I had to do
Once you go black, you don't go back. So this is Adriana.
I just turned 18.
Oh, nice. What do you want to tell the fans about Adriana?
Yeah, you're gonna tell them about
She's gorgeous, and she's beautiful, and I love her.
That's the thumbnail right there. Boom.
But what started out as a seemingly sweet and innocent relationship quickly started to turn into a nightmare for Logan. Behind the scenes, Adriana kept demanding more and more money from Logan so that she would stay with him. And this wasn't only a couple $1,000s. There's no actual confirmed amount that Logan has paid any of his girlfriends. But knowing that he makes millions of dollars per year from his YouTube channel and his merch, the leaked number of $60,000 a month doesn't sound too unrealistic. This all came to be too much for Logan, so he slowly started to cut her off, and Adriana started appearing in less and less videos, until late into 2020, when she stopped appearing altogether. At the time, it seemed that Logan and Adriana officially parted ways, because on December 24th, 2021, Chili posted a vlog announcing that her and Logan were back together, and they even had a baby on the way. But it turns out Adriana wouldn't stay out of Logan's life for long, because behind Chili's back, Logan would still go out of his way to send more money to Adriana.
Those edibles, sticky
I don't know.
notes are good,
All I know
though.
is that no matter what, I need to be here in Atlanta and at least.
Maybe I should buy more when I go
That's
to
fine. Sorry.
South
I'd like at least say, look, sorry I couldn't make it. Are you recording?
Not recording anything.
After some time passed, disturbing videos started surfacing online of Adriana mentally and physically abusing Logan. This completely changed the public's perception, and likely strained his current relationships even more.
She's coming out with a knife to kill me. She's coming out with a knife to kill me. 911?
Like, what does the package have in it?
Hey! Hey, hey, stop, listen.
Give me my phone.
haven't really planned. I really haven't thought about it yet.
Okay, it's not here. Look here. It's not in my pocket. Look. It's not. It's not in my pocket. Here.
Can I see it then?
It's right here.
Did you delete the video?
I did not leave. Leave. Absolutely leave. Someone save me.
But I was planning on mailing me a package.
She won't let me drive. She won't let me.
How about
This is ridiculous.
You can find those like art supplies, those colored pencils, those sparkly ones.
Oh my god. Stop it.
Okay.
And if things couldn't get any worse, Adriana would go on to break Logan's $20,000 Rolex after she caught him cheating on her.
I want you out of my house. For the record, I'm not done. There's the cops going. There's where the cops are going. Oh, here she goes. Being her again. Okay. Adriana, let's all stop. Let's just stop. Let's stop.
Yeah, when I go
Let's stop.
back to
Stop.
Pocket in a few
You know you want to jail
weeks,
for the rest of your
maybe
life.
I can look
Yeah, let's
for
just stop. I want you to stop right now.
supplies.
Adriana, you will go to jail for the rest of your life. You know what you just broke? A $20,000 Rolex. That is destruction of property. You just destroyed a $20,000 Rolex.
Nowadays, it seems like they're mostly broken up, but for some reason, he still flies Adriana down to the Super Bowl and buys her really nice expensive things. So there must be some stuff going on behind the scenes.
I'm
looking for some old friends. They'll taste six.
I thought we killed your whole family.
I will find you. Tell me what you know.
Rated M for mature.
I would suggest you buy the art supplies because I think they're better quality.
Okay. Also, good night. So we at something.
Going on behind the scenes that we don't know about, but Adriana wasn't the only one of Logan's ex-girlfriends. Back in 2021, Lance posted a video called Pablo's Cousin Came to Film With Us. In it, he supposedly introduced a new SML cast member named Rachel DeLuca. In these videos, Logan and Rachel really didn't make it obvious that they were together, going as far as to continuously try to sell that she's actually Pablo's cousin, even though she clearly wasn't. But funny enough, the fans just kinda went with it and didn't look any further, because in these behind-the-scenes videos of them filming that Lance posted to his channel, Logan and Rachel really didn't give off any vibes that they were dating. So what happened to Rachel? On January 7th, 2025, Logan posted this to his Instagram story, meaning that Logan must have been in some sort of relationship with Rachel all the way from the middle of 2021 to 2025. But on January 8th, Rachel ended up posting this to her story, reading, "I have nothing to do with SML. I'm literally single, so if you're here for that, you're in the wrong place." And then to really cement the fact that she was out of Logan's life, she said, "I have a new number now. If you need it, let me know." It seems that Rachel has cut her ties with SML, which is especially apparent from seeing their Facebook statuses change, showing that this breakup was probably mutual. But what about Kylie Hickey, who is actually one of Logan's newest ex-girlfriends? We were first introduced to her when she replied to one of Drama Plus Studios' posts, who is a popular SML drama Instagram account, and she said, "I have so much juice on him, if you want some." At first, this could have been seen as an attention-hungry fan who was just trying to make up information, but Drama Plus Studios, being antsy to get some new clickbait stories, decided to DM her, and miraculously, she actually did turn out to be one of Logan's ex-girlfriends that nobody knew about, and some of the information we learn about Logan from this is crazy. In fact, it was so much info that she had to send a picture on her notes app. In this, she basically said that Logan once tried to pursue a relationship with her, her, even going as far as to buying her expensive gifts after she ghosted him. When that didn't work, he allegedly paid her and her ex $15,000 a month each to help set up Adriana so that he could break up with her back in 2021 while Chili was pregnant. She also claims that Logan pays Adriana to stay quiet because she is a recording of him saying something very offensive. Logan also allegedly pays Chili's mom $5,000 a week to watch his kid because he thinks that Chili is unstable. And if that wasn't enough, Logan clarified his side of things to her on Snapchat, where Logan says he feels unappreciated and trapped in his relationship with Chili. She claims she had their kid for selfish reasons and is now an alcoholic. She's also started smoking weed. He says he just wants love and affection, and he feels stuck whenever he tries to leave. She also allegedly gets drunk and screams at him. Kylie Hickey still remains very obscure in the eyes of most SML fans, as only a very small amount of fans even know about her. It can be assumed that they were just a fling, or maybe not even that. Whatever the case, they're not together anymore. But one of Logan's less known ex-girlfriends is Freedom Lynn. We first got introduced to Freedom Lynn when Chili herself called her out in an Instagram post. Follow Logan's new girl. Not sure why he's trying to keep it a secret. Probably not to get caught from all the lies he said in 2020. Thanks for everyone who had my back that year. The few 3% that did. Everyone else go dick ride him like you did in 2020. Not much else is really known about her and her relationship with Logan. On her Instagram account, everything is private, so if I were to guess, I don't think that they were a long-term thing. But all we really know for sure is that there was something we don't know about that pissed off Chili enough to post this. But another girl who seemingly had some sort of relationship with Logan is Elena, who seems to be on surface value just strictly an SML cast member who does not have a relationship with Logan. And while it seems like this is the case, in their hundreds of behind the scenes videos, there is a lot of speculation that Logan and Elena might have been dating for some period of time when Elena started.
Even if you hate mayo, on the McChicken, you don't.
The L'Oreal Glossing Shampoo Conditioner leaves my hair feeling so soft, looking so sleek and shiny, helps me control my frizz. I'm a very, very frizzy girl, okay? I like the shampoo and conditioner better than any of the high-end shampoos and conditioner I've ever tried, okay? L'Oreal really did something with this formula. I am obsessed. This is where it's at. Just trust me.
I'm when Elena started filming with them back in 2016, and this was all but confirmed when a fan messaged Chili about the situation. I remember that day like it was yesterday. Everyone with half a brain knows that Logan and Elena were a thing. It's not hard evidence, but look at his other hand. I was angry beyond my mind when I saw that. I'm all the way in the back, trying to be a part of the photo and trying to put my hand on him, but it's like he didn't want me there. But the comments on this DM leak seem to think that this situation is completely blown out of proportions. That means nothing. It's just a picture. Chili is just fueling the flames. She's over-exaggerating. Trust is one of the things a relationship needs. If you look close, you can see that Logan's hands on Lavelle too. Does this mean they had a thing as well? And I mean, for someone who's already had relationships with multiple other women behind Chili's back, it's not hard to imagine that this could happen again. But with no clear evidence, it's impossible to say. That's what I would have said until we got another DM leak from one of Logan's previously confirmed exes, Kylie, about their affairs. I went to high school with Elena Keys like a decade ago. That's one of Logan's exes and the voice of Rosalina. Has anyone told you about her? Yeah, he paid her a lot of money to fuck him. Like $100K. It was in person, but that was the first thing I ever heard about him. I asked him about it, and he says that he bought her a car because he buys everyone a car. So whether or not Logan and Elena had a relationship isn't 100% confirmed, but it's heavily implied by multiple of his other exes. But we can't make a video talking about Logan's girlfriends without talking about Logan's main girlfriend herself, Chili. Logan and Chili's relationship is very complicated, with a lot of drama. And I guess this is bound to happen when they've been dating on and off now for nearly 15 years. Logan and Chili started dating after they met in high school in 2010, and things seemed to be going good in their relationship until potentially the apartment era in 2016, when Chili grew suspicious that Logan might have been dating Elena, who was a new SML cast member at the time. However, it seems the bump in their relationship got sorted out pretty quick, because in 2017, Logan and Chili were fully moved into the SML house living together, and everything everything seemed fine, with Logan even proposing at a Jason Derulo concert in 2019. But one day, things started quickly falling apart. This all started when Chili tweeted this on December 5th, saying all relationships are fake anyways. This obviously got a lot of fans worrying about their relationship. And then soon after this, a bunch of people in Logan and Chili's life started coming out with allegations of Logan cheating on Chili. After this, Logan and Chili broke up, and they stayed apart from the end of 2019 throughout COVID. But as we already know, they have gotten back together since. Kinda. Their relationship is very confusing nowadays. It seems like Chili is just there to take care of their daughter Lily, with Chili seemingly losing respect for Logan and only referring to him as Lily's dad on Instagram now. That's pretty degrading. You gotta feel bad for Logan in this situation, but not really, because they're both kinda in the wrong here. At least that's what it seems. On January 13th, 2025, Logan posted a vlog to Chili's channel addressing the previous allegations made against him.
And also the videos of people are like, oh my god, Logan, you talked about allegations against you, all this stuff. First of all, guys, I'm not a bad person. I've not done anything wrong. I really have not done anything wrong. All the things that are happening right now online were from 4 years ago. Yes, there's some recent stupid that should have never been public. I have not done anything illegal. I have not done anything wrong. I have not broke the law in any way. I have not done anything wrong that would hurt anybody. All the stuff that's happening online was 4 years ago, and people are mad. A lot of people want money and things, and I'm refusing to give it, and they're losing their fucking mind.
This seemed like a
Yeah.
pretty normal response to the drama at first, but what's really strange about this video is I can only assume Chili ended up changing the title and thumbnail, from a normal frame of Logan in the video to a custom thumbnail of him being a clown emoji, and the title was changed to Last Mistake, which showed...
Hi! This week on Movie Buzz, I'm here with Tony nominee, Grammy winner, and my friend Andrew Rannell.
Okay.
You told me that your partner Tuck's kids love LA takeout sushi.
Yep.
So you like to keep it
Will
real for
be
them and just
interesting.
give it like a regular meal.
Yeah.
And you're gonna teach us.
And the title was changed to Last Mistake, which shows that Chili must be really angry about all of these women that Logan is getting himself involved with.
Uh-huh.
But now, let's talk about the creepiest encounters that Logan had with SML fans. Logan is arguably the biggest YouTuber who in the past has let fans show up to his house to meet
Alexa,
him, with SML's
what time is
address
it?
being so public that they've literally put it in a video with over 20 million views. But with their address being public for almost 10 years,
Alexa.
there are some crazy things that are bound to happen.
What time is
From
it?
creepy stalkers to fans literally trying to break into the SML house, it's safe to say that SML has had some insane encounters with fans over the years. So today, we're going over the 6 times that fans crossed the line, starting with the time a psycho fan showed up at their front door in the middle of the night and tried to break in. Back in the summer of 2017, Logan was just chilling in his house, but around midnight, someone randomly showed up and started ringing the doorbell, so he got out of bed to see what was going on, as it was pretty unusual for people to ring his doorbell that late.
So I get out of bed, and I walk towards the door,
He needs security, no good.
and I peek around the corner like this, and I see a fan with his face up against the glass of the door.
Once Logan peeked out, the fans started yelling, saying things along the lines of, "Oh my god, it's Super Mario Logan!" Logan's first instinct was to not answer the door and go back in his room. But after Logan's attempts at ignoring him, probably thinking the fan would just leave, the fan then proceeds to start banging on the door and even trying to open it. And to make things even creepier, Logan admits the fact that they used...
I like it, but she doesn't like it. She says it tastes weird. So next time, just don't send it. What'd I tell you? She said it would taste weird. I know how my
to leave the door unlocked sometimes.
I'm standing in the doorway right there, and I hear this.
Sent it to you. I sent it to you.
I was like, hold the fuck up. I'm like, nah.
After this, Logan walked up to the door holding his gun that he keeps in his safe, telling the fan to leave before he called the cops. All of this caused the fan to leave, But who was the stupid fan who tried this? Well, bravely, the deranged fan would show back up the next day around 11 a.m. in the morning, and Tito decided to answer the door. During their conversation, Logan overheard the fan saying that he wanted to apologize for what happened last night. Tito then would ask the fan to explain his perspective in the situation, and this would make things way worse for the fan. It turned out that the fan was 20 years old, and was a big fan of the videos and just wanted to meet Logan and Chili. The fan's excuse was that when he saw Logan through the peephole, he thought Logan was trying to tell him to come in, which was pretty hard for Logan to believe.
Unless you try to come inside my fucking house at midnight. I never met that fan. I just want to let you guys know, I never met him. I refused to meet him after he tried to come inside the house that night because I thought that was ridiculous as shit, and I don't think he should be rewarded for scaring the fuck out of me.
Logan and Chili, I'm 100% with you on this. No one wants someone like that coming to their door, especially not in the middle of the night. I love how protective he is. It shows how much he cares about his friends, girlfriend, and his pets. But that wasn't the only time a fan tried to break into the SML house. On August 31st of 2019, it was Logan and Chili's anniversary, so they went out to eat. But right before they were about to leave the restaurant, Chili decided to check the cameras that she had put up in the garage, just to see a group of people trying to break into the house through the garage door.
Quickly stopped what they were doing, like ran out into the street and acted like they weren't doing that, and then they asked me what neighborhood they were in, and I was like, the wrong fucking neighborhood, and they fucking sped walk away like we weren't doing anything wrong.
There's also a girl on the lookout.
Yeah, there was a girl at the end of our road on the lookout, and we knew, it was like, it's 11:30 at night, and there's this girl on the corner of the street just like standing there in the darkness for no reason, and then she starts power walking away, and I guess she was on the phone with her friends to let them know,
This situation was another weird one, and funnily enough, Logan and Chili actually responded to the situation by making a vlog titled "To the People Who Wanted to Break Into Our House."
Icon is a construction technology company developing large-scale robotics, advanced materials, and software systems to help us build more affordably, more quickly, without sacrificing resiliency, beauty, sustainability, and the things that really matter to us in the built environment. For the past more than half a decade, we've been using a gantry-style 3D printer to do the primary, sort of the workhorse of what we do.
So when we're receiving feedback from the guys in the field, the main piece of friction was the ability to set up and transport the system from place to place.
So the limits that we hit with the gantry system, number one, the logistics were quite complicated. It needed rails to be installed, so those rails had to get hauled on a truck, they had to get installed in a very level way on site. So we needed a rail-less system.
Across multiple areas of the product design, between Vulkan and the next generation printer, we made some meaningful improvements. So the system includes a tracked mobility base. And by having the tracked mobility base, we can actually mobilize from one lot to the other lot immediately after finishing a print job. This will save us 1 to 3 shifts of human labor that we would otherwise be spending on setup.
We also continuously get asked about multi-story construction. So we need a rail-less system, we need a multi-story system.
Yeah, so the current Vulkan system can reach a single story. For the next generation system, we wanted to allow for multi-story to allow our customers to have greater versatility with the architecture.
As we thought about what Vulkan could be in the future, how we could be more flexible and more mobile as a printing system.
The next generation form factor is a serial arm. It has a 70-foot print radius.
But the problem remains that when you go with a very long arm like that, it is not stable at all. And so we would not be able to print with it. And so the question was, could we stabilize it? And so that was the spark. We said, we think we can, and we're going to try. With our first prototype, we were able to accomplish a demonstration print, and that pushed the architecture limits as well as the scale limits of everything we knew to be possible with Vulkan. So we were able to go from 10 to 12 feet high to 27 feet tall, and then we were able to push the envelope to like 110 feet long as a print.
And number 3, we have to always continue to reduce the cost of materials and labor. The gantry style system needed a crew of 3 to 4 people to operate out in the field. This next generation printer is designed to work with one operator.
We wanted to invite as many people to help us in our mission to end the housing crisis, and to do so, we wanted to make it so simple that anybody could be a part of this future.
And the moment that we're approaching as a company is the moment we've been living for and the moment we've been dreaming about. And that's the moment that we can put these technologies into the hands of other people in opening up incredible opportunities what they build, whether that be affordable housing, middle market housing, workforce housing, high-end experimental luxury housing, light commercial, you name it. This is a new paradigm of building.
We're very, very excited and believe that the industry is going to pick this up as a strong signal and scale things massively. Within a few years, the number of printers and the number of job sites is going to grow exponentially.
We want to empower the on-the-ground builders in their home communities, their home markets, their home countries to work together to solve the global housing crisis and to make the future very, very incredible.
If I accidentally break a window by yelling, it's your fault.
Sure. Too bad that we won't be able to fix that window in
And I fix it.
Sunshine shining just across away.
To break into our house, where they basically tell fans that there isn't anything worth stealing in the house, and jokingly say a bunch of things that fans are able to steal.
But we don't keep money in our house. There's not that much stuff you can steal. You can steal her. Please. Please. She literally screams, and also she weighs like 100 pounds, so you got to like lift this big thing out.
When breaking into houses, most people commonly have the intention to steal money or jewelry, which in the vlog, Logan claims they have none of that laying around. But the fans breaking in may have potentially had other intentions, such as maybe stealing plushies or even Jeffy, as they could sell him for lots of money. But Jeffy is kept in a safe at Lance's house, and Logan has even confirmed this in previous vlogs, so that wouldn't be a possibility. But who really knows, as it was never confirmed what their intentions were. Now, these situations are pretty creepy, but it definitely isn't as creepy as the white car scandal. Around 2025, Logan posted a vlog on the Chili channel titled "The SML Crew is Scared. Crazy fan or hitman or stalker." In this vlog, Logan says that on a random Wednesday night, during filming, an unknown white Tesla did a wrap around the cul-de-sac on the filming house and then randomly left.
Filming a scene under the streetlight, and the white Tesla came back, circled the cul-de-sac. I got fucking pissed, so I just put my phone at their car and I recorded it. So here is the scene of them driving by. And it seems to be this fucking kid and his girlfriend, or a man and a girl in the car. We don't know who the hell it is.
At first, Logan thought it was a fan, and maybe he just wanted to check out the house. But one night later, it got even weirder, as Anthony was on his way to pick something up for a video. And he ran into the white Tesla again on a little road where they typically film pullover scenes. The Tesla was parked and the guy was just sitting in his car. And when the guy saw Anthony, he ducked his head and hid. Now, that caused this situation to become insanely weird. So Logan sent Will to see what was going on, but the fan proceeded to drive away. Now, Anthony got a video of the car pulling up, but what turns it up a notch in the weird scale is that he had his license plate fully blacked out.
The car just sitting there. He has his license plate blacked out, so you can't see his license plate. You can't see his number. And they keep driving by the filming house. And if it's a fan, then I feel like if it was a fan, he would have came up to the door by now. Or when we were outside getting a scene, I feel like he would have rolled his window down and been like, "Hey guys, I'm a big fan." He keeps fucking coming back. He has a girl in the passenger seat of his fucking car. Who is this?
Now, after this happened, the situation never escalated further, and nothing else seemed to happen. Now, this situation was pretty creepy, as there has never been an answer to who the man was and what his intentions were. But I have some theories on this. The most likely answer to this is that it must have been a really weird fan, who just wanted to try and stalk the filming house and potentially the crew. But I don't think he had any bad intentions. In the vlog, Logan was saying that it might have been a hitman or a private investigator, but none of these are really likely, as they would have been way more mysterious, and probably would have at least had tinted windows. But it makes the blacked out license plate situation all the weirder. And if it was really just an introverted fan who wanted to stalk the crew, the covered license plate makes zero sense in this situation. When the community saw this, they started making rumors themselves, such as the fan potentially scoping out the house to perform a robbery. I'm sure others have said this already, but he's clearly scoping out your house to hit a lick. He's trying to find out your schedule and what nights you won't be there so he knows when to rob it. You've said in previous vlogs before that you don't live there, so maybe he's trying to figure out what times you aren't there consistently. I'm honestly surprised you didn't even think of this. You have a shit ton of money and guns. Bro, dude's gonna take that shit and you'll never see the white Tesla again. Wild guess. Bro was waiting for the house to be empty and break in to steal the classic plushies. After this vlog, Logan never spoke out about the white car guy again. And this situation was another one left unanswered. All of these situations so far have been very weird, but none of them got physical like this next incident did. On April 9th, 2018, Chili posted a vlog titled Crazy Fan Steals My Purse. And the title sounds like the most clickbait title there could be, but it actually turned out to not be clickbait. In the vlog, Chili shows a fan that came to meet him named Lance, and he gave Chili and Logan some plushies and a nice little heart decoration with Chili and Logan's name on it. Once Logan came out, they all started talking, and the fan even showed him his tattoos. But once they got distracted and were talking, the fan striked and ran out with Chili's purse.
Oh God, wait, that's my purse. Tito.
Does your back hurt? Do you hate asking for directions? Did you forget to take out the trash on Wednesday? Well, you just might be a man. And man, life's tough sometimes. Let's face it, power tools can only fix some of your man problems. For everything else, there's a nice, soothing shower with Dr. Squatch. Because Dr. Squatch knows a man's shower is a man's castle. The only place he's truly free. A sacred space only he can understand. A place you can relax your mind, do the real work, and practice asking for that raise. That's why we built our soaps to give you the best feeling, smelling, peaceful showers you deserve. With naturally derived scents that transport you like pine tar, coconut castaway, and wood barrel bourbon. Crafted with the finest natural ingredients from Daddy Earth himself, you won't just smell like a man, you'll smell like the man. And what man doesn't deserve that? Go to drsquatch.com or find them in stores today.
Florida generally allows ownership of many wild species as pets, including kangaroos.
Hello,
However,
what you
specific
making?
permits
The
may
world's
be
yours
required
for the
for certain exotic
taking.
animals.
Everything
It's
you
best to check with
touch,
local
yeah, you
authorities for the
could
most
it.
up-to-date regulations.
Build your own fantasy, feeling anti-gravity. Nothing holds you down. You're floating off the ground. Your own fantasy, color your reality. Nothing holds you down. You're creating something now.
Kangaroos are wild animals that require special permits in most states, including Florida. They need large spaces, specific diets, and expert care due to
Oh my
their
God, are
size
you
and
serious?
strength. Kangaroos can grow
Get
up
up,
to 6
Vinny!
feet
Logan!
tall and weigh
Logan, get my purse from
150
now!
to 200 pounds, making them unsuitable for most homes.
Why would you do that?
It's a prank. It's an April 9th prank.
April
9th Fools.
April 9th.
You know?
April 9th Fools.
April 9th Fools. It's a thing in like Switzerland.
No.
I'm from Switzerland.
The dude tries to play it off like it was some kind of April 9th Fool's joke, which is very unlikely. And let's be real, he was really just trying to steal that purse.
They also enjoy
It was a prank.
vegetables like
Oh, I have
cabbage
to
and
leave now.
crisp carrots.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably have like 5 seconds or we're calling the cops.
Yeah, they don't like me. I'm sorry.
Thanks for the stuff, by the way.
Now, whether any of this is actually real, that's up in the air. Like a bunch of other stuff in the video, there's never a straight answer. It might have just been a skit for the camera, orchestrated between everyone. Because, let's be honest, who just lets someone walk away after they rob them? But at the same time, maybe it was real, and they just decided to be chill about it and let him go with a warning. But who knows? But what I do know is that Logan and Tito were both laughing during this, and barely even reacted when he took the purse, and knowing that a lot of Chili's vlogs in this era were fake, it's very hard to believe that this wasn't some sort of skit. However, some fans don't directly steal, but they do the second worst thing, begging. On March 30th, 2019, Logan posted a vlog telling a story of how a group of fans begged for free things from Logan for 2 years straight, and they did this every single month. Back in 2017, Logan explained how he had a bunch of spare PS4s, controllers, TVs, and much more expensive electronics because of the Black Yoshi's Black Friday video, and Logan decided that he would give these away to fans. Logan then started saying that around that same time, they had 3 fans knock on the door, ages 10, 13, and 15. Then, right off the bat, they started saying that they were big fans and straight up asked for free stuff.
they opened the door and they said they were big fans and they want to know if I was doing a giveaway. And I was like, that's kind of awkward and rude to ask, because I was like, you know, like usually they'll knock on the door and say, can we get a picture with you? Can we meet you? No, it was just as soon as I opened the door, hey, do you have any free stuff?
Logan just responded to them by saying yes, and thinking that they were brothers, he gave PS4s to the 10 and the 13-year-old. Then the 15-year-old would push the 10-year-old and get the PS4, and the two oldest would run off. So it turns out they were for sure not brothers. Then, a day later, the 10-year-old returned, and Logan gave him a Nintendo Switch. After this, something unbelievable happened. Just one day later, Logan got a knock on his door, and the whole neighborhood showed up. Most likely because the three kids that showed up the day before told the entire neighborhood that they'd gotten free stuff from Logan. And very weirdly enough, the three original kids were together again as if nothing happened.
After I give the Switch, the next fucking day, I get a knock on the door, I open it, the whole fucking neighborhood. I'm talking, there was like 30 kids. The neighborhood over, they told all their friends, guys, guess what? We got free shit. And the three brothers that just push each other down, oh, they're happy again. They're all together. 20 fucking friends, and they're all like, you got any iPhones? You got any Nintendo Switches? You got any PlayStation? You got any... No, you're not fans of my videos. You literally said free shit, I'm there.
That was pretty crazy, but Logan couldn't give anything away to any of them as he physically wouldn't be able to get enough stuff for that. And he got Chili's sister Damaris to tell them to leave. But that wouldn't be the end of it, as for the next 2 years, the original three kids would keep showing up once a month asking for free stuff.
And I thought that was the end of it. No, for the next 2 years, it's still happening today. They show up, those same three kids show up it's probably once a month. I don't want to over-exaggerate. It's probably once a month. They'll come to my door and they'll say, you got any more free shit? Or hey, you got any more iPhones? No, I don't. No, I fucking don't. I'm not. The store. Is there a fucking AT&T logo or a Best Buy logo on my house? No. And I know you guys think, well, Logan, you're exaggerating. No, it's bullshit.
After Logan went on his mini rant, Chili started talking about an incident that happened the same day they filmed the vlog. Basically, the kids showed up again and asked Chili if Logan was home. And typically, Chili would just say no. Time, she decided to ask what they wanted Logan for. Then, the fans, like usual, asked if they were still doing the giveaways, and Chili responded by saying that no, and they've never done these giveaways. And one of the kids straight up just started cussing out Chili for no reason. Now, that was the end of the story, and like usual, we never knew what happened after.
Yeah.
And if they kept showing up, or if they stopped. But these were most likely not real fans and did not watch SML. Like Logan said earlier in the video, they were most likely just trying to get free things. Now, those fans may have just been harassing Logan, but at least they didn't vandalize the SML filming house.
In Florida, I joined with the cast late, so we didn't know each other. Although somebody had, we'd heard about each other. Yes. And we narrowly missed each other once in London. We can't talk about that. We really can't. But you know what's also delicious? Fig Newtons. Yeah, we try. Why do you think we had this instant connection when I showed up? Was it just the wine and the bread, or? Oh no, my mouth is so dry right now. I just need a second. So good. Yeah. I also don't think I've had I don't think we would never chase the Fig Newton with the wine though. That wasn't the combo. Fig Newtons were a daytime item because that was when in my head it was like having an energy bar. Yeah, it was healthy. It was a healthy thing for you to eat, to snack on. Fruit. But why do you think we had just this? Because I remember instantly, I was so nervous to show up to this show that was already iconic, right? And I had gotten added to the cast for the college years, and I remember being very, very nervous. And the first person I met was James. And then you walked across the street from the market, having just seen Curtis. And gotten my Fig Newtons. And gotten your Fig Newtons. And maybe it was the Fig Newtons in part. I think I had them in my hand when we met. I did. I know. You did. You actually did. I can see it in my head right now. Right there. I'm there right now. I had them in my hand. Yeah. You really did. You were holding one of the single sleeves of Fig Newtons. Guys, wow. Core memory unlocked. Wait, that is really wild. So, but why do you think we I know why I loved you immediately. Why? Because, I'm gonna cry. Because I just felt like you got it. Like, you just understood me. And I feel like, oh no, I'm gonna cry. Like my entire life, I've always been like misunderstood and prejudged by people. And for whatever reason, you just instantly were like, I got you.
Loved you.
Yeah, you really did.
That's what it was.
I really loved you
you.
too. And the Fig Newtons in your hand. It was really nice. And we used to cry so much together. But now you don't let me cry as much, and you don't cry as much.
No.
Do you want to tell them why?
Because the delicate under eye area.
Because you guys, under your eyes is very delicate, and we can't risk it.
I want to tell you to stop.
And she tells me to stop. You have
stop. Don't ruin the delicate under eye area. It's not worth it.
What will happen if you just own one kangaroo and you're the owner of that kangaroo and don't own any more?
Hello again. Another question here that we're answering for patients. So make sure you send your question if you have them and if we haven't addressed here. This is great because we can always have fresh content to show you and to discuss different points. This is a good question here. Is a lady who asked the question, you know, she has recession on her hairline here on both of the temples. She's had that genetically. There's no hair loss, she says. Her hair is not being lost anywhere else. She looks to be very young, but I haven't seen her in a consultation. I don't know her age. I haven't seen her skin or any hair. So I'm going by what she's saying here, okay? So take that with a grain of salt. But she's asking if a transplant could actually help her restore her temples. She thinks that the recession on the temples make her hairline look too high, and she doesn't like it. It makes like she looks like she's balding, but it's always been like that. So the first thing to do is, of course, diagnose the hair loss, make sure that there is no hair loss, because if there is, then we need to treat it a little bit different and institute medications and all that. But to answer her question directly, right, the temples here are very good areas to transplant, particularly in women, because it
filming house, like these next fans who TP'd Logan's house. This occurred on February 15th, 2021. Logan ordered DoorDash that night around 12:30 a.m. Then, a little while later, Adriana decided to go check if the food was there. Even though it wasn't, she still got the surprise that she wasn't expecting. The house was full-on TP'd. After hearing this, he decided to check the security cameras and saw that 10 people did it. And it happened an hour before Adriana went to go check.
She's like, I'm gonna go check. I said, it's not here. The app says it's not here. But she still ran out and she opens the door and I hear her say, Logan, someone TP'd the house. And I'm like, no, they didn't. That didn't happen. I thought she was just joking. And she's like, no, someone TP'd the house. Come here. I go look and there's toilet paper everywhere. And I'm like, haha, of course, that's my life. So I go check the security camera footage. And like an hour, it had happened like almost like 30 minutes to an hour ago. And 10 people did it. And which I'm impressed because if you told me, one, I don't know 10 people. I don't have 10 friends. I don't think I've shook 10 people's hands in my life. And so, how did this, like, there were 10 teenage boys, I think. If they're grown men, Jesus Christ. But I'm assuming, here's what I assumed happened. Tell me if I'm wrong. Because 10 people is not a sleepover. That's a party. See, like, a sleepover is like 4 people. 5 max. 10, that's a football team almost. There's 11 players on the field at once. So that's almost a whole offensive line.
Logan would also post his reaction to the incident on one of his secret Logan 30-acre accounts.
I'll show you. So, you open the door, and there's just toilet paper. There's toilet paper everywhere. It's on my Lamborghini, too. Poor me.
Poor me. Poor me, there's toilet paper on my Lamborghini.
Yeah, but, so there's toilet paper all over my Lamborghini. There's toilet paper all over this. That's the Uber Eats lady. There's toilet paper everywhere. It's cold, but, like, they left it in the street. They littered.
Did you know that was like 8 guys?
Yeah, it was like 8 people.
And this wasn't even over yet, as Logan decided to make a segment out of the whole situation for an SML video. And this was in SML movie Cody's New Friend. He basically got Junior and Joseph to TP their own house, and they would blame Luke, who was Cody's new friend, and try to get him to go to jail.
All right, officer, here's the security camera footage. So if you look at the top right-hand corner, you notice Luke and his group of buddies, all named Luke, just show up to my house, right? They're all armed with toilet paper, and they're like, we hate Junior. We're gonna ruin his night. So they all just start throwing toilet paper all over my house. See, boom, there goes one roll, and another roll, and another roll, and they just start destroying my house with toilet paper, and they run off because they notice I have security cameras, and they're like, we hate Junior. So you see, look, they committed a huge crime, and they graffitied my house with toilet paper.
Those fiends.
Yeah, so I need you to go arrest Luke.
This whole incident is definitely worth being in an actual SML video. So the people who did this actually helped Logan make money out of the situation. But in Lance's vlog, Logan made a crazy theory. He pointed out that there was a birthday party going on the same day, and it was raining, so the fans didn't drive to Logan's house to do it. Plus, they would need around 3 cars to fit 10 people. So Logan was basically saying that potentially all these fans were from the birthday party, and happened to know that Logan lived there, so they decided to go TP the house.
Yesterday when I was coming home, there was a birthday party happening on the house down the street. Like right before you turn, there was a lot of cars outside there. So there was a birthday party. No.
Just live though, randomly, like, oh, look at this guy. Unless they knew you're the YouTuber.
So they were like, yeah, because there was actually a birthday party. Hold on. Maybe.
Maybe that person did have 10 friends.
Because think about it, no, it was a birthday party. More than 10 people go to a birthday party. Not mine, but more than 10 people go to normal people's birthday parties.
Yeah.
So think about this. Because the car situation. Okay, let's say there was 10 of us. And we have a lot of cars outside. So what if we were like, guys, let's go. We'd all have to pack into 3 cars at some point. And it was also raining last night. So they didn't walk here from like a long distance. And I sure as know they didn't drive here. That would be dumb. Because a drive, they'd be like, that's a long drive. Too much work. It had to be from that house. Because it had to be a quick enough walk. It was an inside job.
Now you're making them famous because they're going to watch this and be like, oh my god, please don't go to this.
I'm using it in the video. They made me money.
To add on to the theory,
Princess Peach is the main female character in the Mario franchise, created by Shigeru Miyamoto and first appearing in the 1985 game Super Mario
I've been
Bros.
searching for
She's
Riley
the
for the
princess
last
of the
12
Mushroom
years.
Kingdom, often leading Yoshi and Bowser, while Mario is the male protagonist who typically saves them.
You should let the police take care of it.
They already gave up on her.
I'm not sure what you're asking me. Could you please provide more details or ask a complete
My sister's
question?
not dead.
I'd be happy to help if you can clarify what information you're looking for.
to add on to the theories, fans also started making theories about the situation, and one fan even made the theory that it could have been the kids who were asking Logan for free stuff for 2 years straight that we talked about earlier in the video. Imagine if it was the kids who always asked for free stuff and their friends. Logan has definitely had quite the fair share of creepy and crazy fan encounters, and who knows if we'll ever see another one in the future. But with that being said, please don't be weird and show up to the SML house. If you want to meet SML, just go to the meet and greets. That's why they do that. But now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about every SML cast member who has either been fired or forgotten from the channel. And we're going to be going over all of them and their stories, starting with Harold Strickland. Harold is an SML crew member who we only typically see for Christmas specials, playing none other than Santa himself. Although he only typically works with Logan in December, they did bring him back for the Easter 2025 special SML movie Santa the Easter Bunny. Logan randomly met Harold one day when, like usual, fans showed up to his house. And Harold was the father of the kids who were meeting Logan, but when Logan talked to Harold, he thought that he looked like Santa. And Harold doesn't have a filter and says some pretty crazy things, so Logan thought he would be the perfect fit to play Santa. But when he isn't working for Logan, he's actually a real estate agent and entrepreneur, which is shown on his LinkedIn profile. And just a fun fact about Harold, he is by far the oldest SML crew member, being 59 years old. And even when it isn't wintertime, Harold posts SML-related content as Santa on his TikTok and YouTube. Now, unlike Harold, only some of the biggest fans might remember James. James Campbell is an SML cast member who occasionally helps with videos, but a lot of fans would recognize him from his appearances in Chili's vlogs back in 2017, and even more with his iconic catchphrase of, "Oh, Billy!"
Oh, Billy?
But when it comes to SML itself, he's also played some roles. Most significantly, he's known as the voice actor for the Charlie and Friends intro.
Oh my god, is that the voice actor from the intro of Charlie and Friends?
I am.
Oh, can you say the thing?
I don't think that's appropriate right now.
Oh, come on, just for me?
Alright, fine. Charlie and Friends was filmed in front of a live audience.
Other roles that he's done is playing the shy guy in SML movie The Perfect Plan, Sasha in SML movie Black Yoshi's Blank Check, and Ghostface in SML movie Scream 2. Outside of his roles in SML and the Chili Channel, he is Logan and Lance's best friend, and even went to high school with Logan. And to top this all off, James even helped Logan film the first ever SML video, which technically wasn't ever an SML video, because it was uploaded to a channel named Dr. Phil and Friends. Okay. And it's really hard to tell what's actually going on in this video, but he was in it, and he helped Logan with his channel in very small ways ever since the beginning. But the reason James doesn't make that many appearances in SML is because he's in the Navy. James may still appear occasionally, but what about Noah Jowers? Noah is one of Logan's good friends, and was a voice actor in SML from 2011 to 2013. The very first video he ever filmed was SML movie Stuck in a Tree, and get this, he was actually the original voice of Brooklyn Guy before Pablo took over 3 years later.
Sounds like someone's in trouble. This sounds like a job for the Brooklyn firefighter. I'm coming, Endangered One!
However, it was short-lived as he only played him once, and never did it again for unknown reasons. However, we did get to see him again from a Chili vlog in 2018, where Logan and Tito invited all their friends over to have a big Monopoly game.
I don't have that many friends. Let me call Noah.
Yeah.
He's about to say no. We're about to get our first no. Really? From Noah. It's gonna be a no. It's gonna be a sad no too. He's gonna be like, you know, buddy, no.
Wow.
Alright, I'm like, bro, I don't understand what you're trying to say. I thought he was trying to come up on a job or something. I was like,
And to top that all off, even more recently, he actually appeared on an episode of the Beyond Buzz podcast with Lance and Matthew. Now, Noah's situation was pretty unknown, and you would have to be a big SML fan to know about it. But I can't imagine too many SML fans would know about Dre Bees.
No,
Dre
don't
was a
do
cast
that,
member
no.
who mainly worked behind the scenes for SML in 2023. He was a cameraman for two of Logan's videos that year. First being the Monster Mash music video for SML movie The Monster Mash, and in addition to that, the latest video he helped film in is SML movie Jeffy's 19th birthday, filming all of the drone shots and cinematic scenes in that video. After these two behind the scenes appearances in SML, Dre never helped in other videos on the SML channel, but he did film for a few videos back on the Chili channel in 2018. First in the Home Alone music video, and then a random vlog where they made Brooklyn Guy out of Play-Doh.
Ethan was shot in the head in his best friend's house with an unsecured gun. The father, the gun owner, he stored his 3 guns and bullets in a shoebox. That has to be the most horrific experience that a human could ever have.
It's time to rise. To learn with the latest tech. Then, lead the future of healthcare. And to practice with faculty who treat you like a peer. Because soon, you will be.
You know what?
To get hands-on experience in the classroom, so
See
you
if
can
they
make a
have
statement.
iPhone 17 Best Buy.
This is your time to
Okay.
rise.
You can.
Guy out of Play-Doh. Now, Dre may have been one of the most unknown crew members in this video so far, but now let's talk about someone who's way more known and notorious, and that would be none other than Matthew Reber, who's Logan and Lance's older cousin. First joined the SML crew back in 2016. Originally, he was just filling in for Lance to play Roy and Larry in the Koopalings Part 2, but Logan brought him back in 2018 for SML movie Jeffy's Clone to introduce a new character named Scooter. Fans really liked Scooter, so Matthew kept her
I like Scooter. Bring Scooter back.
turning, and eventually became a more consistent part of the
Alexa,
videos by
what
2020.
time is
But
it?
things took a rough turn on August 26, 2020, when a mugshot of Matthew started circulating online, showing he'd
What about it? Okay.
Been arrested for child abuse, an incident that actually happened in 2019,
Alexa,
but only surfaced a year
volume
later. Even though the accusations weren't true, the situation led him to step away from the channel for a bit. Thankfully, he returned
Alexa,
around December 17th, 2020, but after
iPhone
that, his
17
appearances
free
slowed down
at
a
T-Mobile.
lot. From 2021 to 2023, he was only in about one video a year, and his last voice acting role was in SML movie Jeffy's Yes Day. These days, it seems like
Yeah. Yeah, I will.
he stepped away from SML for good, probably focusing on his personal life and raising his two kids. He's still on good terms with Logan, and he even co-hosts the Beyond Buzz podcast with Lance. So maybe there's still a chance we'll see him and Scooter return one day. But nowadays, some fans forget that he was even a part of the crew. But whatever happened to Donald Rodriguez, the guy who used to work at the gas station that the SML characters would often visit? He first showed up in Bowser Jr.'s candy bar back in 2015 and made occasional appearances in the videos all the way up until 2019. After that, he sort of just disappeared. And my theory is that he lost his job at the gas station sometime around 2020, possibly due to the effects of COVID.
Hey, Alexa,
and that's why SML couldn't find him
is
there
the
anymore.
iPhone
Logan actually
17
mentioned Donald
free
indirectly in
deal
a
at
vlog,
T-Mobile or
confirming
Best
that he
Buy?
no longer works at the gas station, which also meant they couldn't film there anymore. Logan used to pay Donald $100 every time they filmed at that location just to make it happen. The good news, though, is that recently SML built their own gas station set, so now they can film videos without having to deal with a lot of noises, random customers, or public interruptions. As for Donald, he's no longer a part of the
Alexa,
cast, and will most likely never see him
does
again.
Best Buy
But
have
he is
a
long
free
forgotten
mobile?
about by most fans, as he was always
Does
just
it
considered a
have
side
a
person
free
in
phone?
videos. But
iPhone
now, let's talk about
17?
another really unknown one, Lance's ex-girlfriend. Now, most fans may know Lance's current wife, Audrey 30acre, but from 2012 to 2015, Lance dated another girl whose name is unknown. No one knows anything about her, and she's only made one
Hey,
appearance
Alexa,
in SML, and that was on SML
does
movie
Best
Super
Buy
Bowl
have a
commercials,
free
and she
iPhone
appeared in
17
a
deal?
very questionable Doritos ad.
I gotta brush my teeth.
Wait, no! Don't come
Best Buy offers up to $1,100 off the iPhone 17 with a qualified trade-in.
you're already
While
seeing
not
it.
completely free, this can
It's so
significantly reduce the
big.
cost,
I
especially
know.
for Best Buy Plus or
It's a
Total
big
members who may
package.
get additional discounts.
I want that in my mouth.
Honey, I thought you were...
Not anymore.
Besides that, absolutely nothing else is known about her.
Icon is a construction technology company developing large-scale robotics, advanced materials, and software systems to help us build more affordably, more quickly, without sacrificing resiliency, beauty, sustainability, and the things that really matter to us in the built environment.
Okay.
For the past more than half a decade, we've been using a gantry-style 3D printer to do the primary, sort of the workhorse of what we do.
So when we're receiving feedback from the guys in the field, the main piece of friction was the ability to set up and transport the system from place to place.
So the limits that we hit with the gantry system, number one, the logistics were quite complicated. It needed rails to be installed, so those rails had to get hauled on a truck, and to get installed in a very level way on site. So we needed a railless system.
Across multiple areas of the product design, between Vulcan and the next generation printer, we made some meaningful improvements.
Besides that, absolutely nothing else is known about her. And most fans didn't even know that Lance was dating this seemingly unknown girl that appeared in the video.
Well, okay then.
But now, let's talk about probably the most infamous forgotten cast member, Zeke. Zeke was actually one of the very first SML cast members. First joining the channel in 2008, he helped Logan create the Mario and Luigi Stupid and Dumb Adventures series, which blew up the channel and took them from just 500 subscribers to over 100.
I mean, yeah. He was one of the first, apparently, SML members. Okay.
1,000 subscribers. And speaking of subscribers, why are you watching this video right now without being subscribed? Go down there and click that button. What are you doing? Lock in! But in
I liked it.
2019, Zeke had to move
Also liked it with someone else too. No gaps. Very special.
to Colorado. so he quietly left the channel. His last video he ever appeared in was the season finale of Mario and Luigi's Stupid and Dumb Adventures Season 1, but this time he left without any drama. But that all changed though in 2017, when Logan brought Zeke back to hype up the Super Mario Logan movie, a huge project that promised to bring back old characters like Mama Luigi, which was a huge fan favorite to OG.
I kinda miss Mama Luigi, no? Yeah. I miss seeing him.
Fans played by Zeke.
I talked to Logan. I said, hey, I have an idea. I think I'm going to be quitting my job. Can you make this work where I can show up once a month as like a kind of part-time cast member? I could be there once a month, and that would be my main source of income. That's what I thought. And I talked to Logan about it, and he said it was fine.
Things were really looking up for Zeke at that point. He was about to make a big change, going from his regular job at a grocery store to potentially becoming a part-time actor for SML. It seemed like everything was lining up for a solid comeback, but that excitement didn't last for long. After filming some scenes for the SML movie, and working on a remake of a classic video called Toad's Mistake, Logan suddenly stopped inviting him back, and just like that, Zeke was out of the cast again, with no clear explanation.
And I don't think I'm going to be ever part of SML again, just because of the fact we haven't talked since June. And this is not a cry for help. This is not me trying to tell everyone rally the troops saying, hey, get me in contact with Logan. No, I've moved on. Sometimes you just gotta close that previous chapter and move on with your life.
As much as Zeke didn't want to admit it, getting left out by Logan really hit him hard. It pushed him to a breaking point, and on June 30th, 2018, he ended up going on a podcast hosted by a pretty notorious figure in the SML community, WH Dude. During that podcast, Zeke let loose and he ended up leaking the entire plot of the SML movie, along with behind-the-scenes info that the crew definitely would have preferred to keep private. It was a moment that stirred up a lot of drama and turned Zeke into a controversial name in the community.
So he basically told me that Nancy wanted to steal Jeffy back. Lavelle smokes weed. Same as another cast member.
Pablo.
Elena.
Is it Elena?
But somehow, it only gets worse. Zeke ended up sharing some pretty disturbing interest with WH Dude.
Why do you think that everybody in the world just loved the Pearson family so much?
I think that we really ran the gamut of like every sort of topic.
Yeah.
I mean, we've touched on paternity,
with WH Dude, specifically a fascination with LollyCon, which raised a lot of eyebrows and concern in the community. And huge shout out to Dark Cray for putting together an incredible video that really breaks down the whole situation and sheds light on everything that went down. But nowadays, many fans, especially the newer fans, forget about Zeke. And some even hate Zeke for the stuff he's done. Who can never look at Mario and Luigi's Stupid and Dumb Adventures the same way again? Are you kidding me? SMR, Ray Rants, WH Dude, and Zeke? This community truly is a cesspool. But whatever happened to Luke, Zeke's brother? He actually joined SML at the exact same time as Zeke, and played a pretty big role behind the scenes, helping out with a bunch of side characters in the Mario and Luigi Stupid and Dumb Adventures series. And just like Zeke, Luke disappeared from the channel once they both moved to Colorado, and he never showed up in any future videos. The thing is, Luke kind of vanished without a trace, and there's barely any info about him out there. He's such a mystery that there isn't even a page about him on the SML wiki. But whatever happened to Julian Jimenez, or known as most people by JJ? JJ is Chili and Tito's little brother, but what many people forget is that he used to be a recurring cast member for the SML channel. He moved in with Logan back in 2017, and would mainly consist of production behind the scenes. He would sometimes go to get things for Logan, give Logan ideas, cover the entire house with tinfoil, or even sometimes help hold up the characters when needed in scenes. Most of his time living with Logan from 2017 to 2019, he would just do those simple things for the channel. But when the SML drama started in early 2020, JJ moved out of the house along with everyone else, and would eventually play some characters on the Tito Totter channel. However, it wouldn't be until 2024 when we would see JJ make a comeback in SML again, to finally this time actually act in a video. And he would play Steph Curry in SML movie Jeffy Competes in the Olympics. JJ was definitely never known to be a part of the crew by most fans, and has only played some small roles on the channel. Now, this whole video, we haven't really talked about any of Logan's exes, is. But that changes now as Rachel comes into the picture. Now, we all know Rachel's one of Logan's exes, but some fans forget that she was actually a cast member at some point, and was actually the original voice actor of Penelope. Back in 2021, Lance posted a vlog titled Pablo's Cousin Came to Film With Us, which introduced Rachel DeLuca to the SML cast. At first, it seemed like she was gonna be a regular, but then, just a couple months later, Penelope was still showing up in episodes, only now she was being voiced by Aleda instead. So, what actually happened to Rachel? Well, on January 7th, 2025, Logan posted something to his Instagram story that shed a bit of light on the situation. It read, "I miss you and I love you so much," then tagged Rachel in her story, meaning that Logan must have been in some sort of relationship with Rachel all the way from mid-2021 until early 2025. It definitely caught most fans off guard, especially since none of it had ever been public up to that point. But then, the very next day, on January 8th, Rachel posted something to her own story that added even more fuel to the fire. She said, "I have nothing to do with SML. I am literally single, so if you're here for that, you're in the wrong place." It seemed like Rachel had officially cut her ties with SML, and that became pretty clear when both she and Logan quietly updated their relationship statuses on Facebook. There wasn't any drama made public, no big falling out, just a subtle shift that suggests that the breakup was probably mutual. It looks like she's moved on from both the channel and their relationship, but many fans seem to forget that Rachel was a crew member and the sole reason for all of the SML drama. And that all definitely overshadows Rachel's small history as a SML crew member. But while now Rachel is decently known, I assure you even more fans didn't know that Savannah was a part of the SML crew, or potentially even know who she is. Savannah Johnson is a friend of Logan, and they met because she worked at Jimmy John's back when Wendy, Logan's manager, was the owner of the Jimmy John's. Savannah joined the SML crew back in 2018, and as soon as she joined, she started playing a few acting roles in some videos right away. Her first appearance was in SML movie Jeffy Gets a Job, and she was the favorite employee at Jimmy John's.
Or Savannah over here. Now, Savannah is my best worker. She has never messed up a sandwich. I've never even...
Apparently she was a favorite character, no gap. Okay.
See her throw one away, all right? Yeah, she could steal from me, and I wouldn't even care. And she has. You earned that $5. All right. So I guess I can show you the drink machine.
Not only would she play herself in the video, she would also play one of the girl characters in 2018 named Sparkle in SML movies The Date and The Movie Date.
Hello?
Does your back hurt? Do you hate asking for directions? Did you forget to take out the trash on Wednesday? Will you?
In SML movies The Date and The Movie Date.
Hello? Oh, hey, Sparkle.
Hey.
Hi. I didn't really expect you to come, but come on in.
Wow, this is a nice place. Do you live here?
Yeah. You know, I'm here all the time, so yeah, I basically live here. Yeah, it's mine.
And finally, for her last character that she played is Marina Sanchez in SML movie The School Dance in 2020. She was actually the girl that rejected Junior to go to the dance.
That's true.
I'm so nervous.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey, I know you're the new student, but if you read the board, we have a school dance tonight, and I was wondering if you could go with me, just me and you to the dance, like you're my date to the dance.
Alexa, what day is it?
And this would be the last character that she'd played in the videos to this day.
Alexa,
And a few
what
years
day
later,
is it?
she would start working for the SML store. However, nowadays, she's an accounting manager at an insurance company, and she's not a part of the crew anymore. Now, Savannah Johnson isn't really missed by fans, but JR's situation could not be any more different. JR is actually someone who originally worked as a bodyguard at the venue that they were holding Charlie's meet and greet in SML movie Meeting Charlie, but Logan ended up liking his personality so much that he decided to give him a role in the video, turning him into a character on the spot. Unfortunately, that ended up being his one and only appearance. Still, people really liked the guy, including myself. He had a fun energy that definitely left an impression, even if it was short-lived.
Hey, look who it is!
It's Peppa Pig! Peppa Pig!
Okay, you got the time's up.
Whoever that guy was, he's hilarious.
Yeah, bring him back. No cap. We need more of him.
And his acting fit perfectly for the SML theme. Honestly, that big guy needs to become a recurring character. He seems to fit the SML show quite well. Logan did end up hearting some comments of fans asking for him back, but to this day, he's never returned. So Logan, if you're watching this, which I feel like you are, please bring my boy JR back, please! But now, let's talk about another obscure cast member, Nathan Bonilla. Nathan was a side SML crew member from 2007 to 2017. He only made 2 appearances in SML, his first one being a Waffle House waiter in SML movie Bowser Jr.'s Breakfast.
Where are the pancakes at?
Huh? I was in the Waffle House.
Oh, hi, mister. Hello. You have a weird nose.
That's not very nice thing to say.
He would also make a small cameo in the audience of SML movie Bowser Goes to the Movies. Besides those 2 appearances, Nathan would never appear in another SML video again, or even work behind the scenes. Many people who watched the videos probably just thought he was a random person, and definitely didn't know he was a crew member. But to what he's doing nowadays, Lance made a reaction to this video about a year ago, and said that Nathan is now working as a police officer.
Where are the pancakes at?
Huh? I was in the Waffle House.
That's Nathan.
Hi, mister. Hello. You have a weird nose.
He's a police officer now.
That's all the information we have about Nathan, and he most likely would never return to the crew, but many of you guys definitely didn't know he was a crew member. But now, let's talk about someone who made a lot more appearances in SML, Rebecca. Rebecca was actually a hooker that Logan met in Vegas back in 2019, and after Logan really liked her personality, her big personality, he decided it was a good idea to start filming with her. And her first appearance was in SML movie The Maid. But kind of out of nowhere, she disappeared from SML just a couple months later and never came back. So what happened? Well, it turns out the main reason she was brought onto SML was actually for Chili's channel at the time. On there, Rebecca would pretend to be Tito's girlfriend in the vlogs. She ended up being in a ton of them, over 20 actually. But once all the SML drama started kicking off in 2020, she kind of just stopped showing up on any of their channels entirely. But why did she really leave?
Logan did ask me to delete messages as everything was going on, so that now makes sense why. He's a manipulator, a compulsive liar, and a puppet master, which is what I've called him before, so it makes perfect sense. I have messages stating from Chile saying how, oh, we only want to pay you X amount for vlogs, is this okay? Because we don't want you to arrive here and ask for more. So it's bizarre and mind-blowing to me on these crazy numbers, on 60,000, 40,000, so however much money you guys are saying was made and what was given.
However, I bet you guys don't know who Nikki is. Nikki used to be the old cleaning lady for SML, who basically would just clean all the messes from videos. Nowadays, we have a new cleaning lady who we'll go over soon. But one notable mess Nikki cleaned is the chocolate-covered bathroom for SML movie The Rig. She even appeared in the behind-the-scenes video, where we saw her reaction to the mess.
Okay, so I know it's bad, but I'll pay you for it.
Oh my god.
I know it's bad. No, you gotta see it. You gotta see it.
Come in here.
Oh, you don't want to ruin her.
Take a peek. Oh, yeah.
Oh my freaking god. Oh my god.
How long do you think that's gonna take?
How long do you think it's gonna take?
A couple hours.
Yeah. Yeah. That's.
Get the ceiling too.
You need a power.
You're gonna need a ladder. And a pressure washer.
Yeah.
Now, most fans didn't even know that she was a part of the crew, as they don't really pay attention to maintenance people. Now, she most likely worked in SML until 2023, as that's when the new cleaning lady got hired. Which conveniently brings us to our next 2 cast members, Zach and Val. Zach and Val are both key players in the...
Hello, what you're making, the world's yours for the taking. Everything you touch, yeah, you gotta let it in.
Zach and Val are both key players in the behind the scenes for SML nowadays. Let's first talk about Zach. He is the mastermind behind the sets. You know all those awesome FNAF sets? Yeah, he built all of those. He also put together the newer sets, like the gas station set and the bank. On top of that, he's kind of the wizard of special effects, and even helps Logan out with them from time to time. Zach also runs a TikTok where he shows off a bunch of his work. One of his videos even gives a peek into the FNAF costumes he's made, which is super cool stuff. Zach's job is probably one of the most unique in SML, and you guys should go check him out on TikTok. Now, when it comes to the community, there's a good amount of fans who actually know who Zach is, as Lance mentions him and Val a lot in vlogs, but most of the casual viewers have no idea who he is. But now, let's move on to his wife, Val. Val is actually the new cleaning lady for SML, and sometimes helps Zach with some of his work. Val usually cleans up the messes SML makes in their videos, and keeps the filming house nice and organized so messes don't pile up. Val also runs a TikTok account where she sometimes makes videos showing random things that are under the SML couch, filming aftermaths, or sometimes videos of her cleaning the SML house. And you guys should go check out her TikTok too. And make sure to show both of them support because they are carrying SML behind the scenes. But now that we went over most cast members that were forgotten, let's dive into the final 3 members who are really forgotten. Starting with Bethany. Bethany is a temporary one-time cast member who appeared in SML movie.
Yes, it was one time.
Effie gets a job. She was the employee who loved to go to work at Jimmy John's and was always enthusiastic about her job.
All right, so whenever a customer comes in, you're gonna say, "Welcome to Jimmy John's. What can I do?" Oh God. Hey.
Hey, I delivered the sandwich.
Oh, that's great. You did. This here is this is Bethany. She's really happy all the time for some reason, and
it's never a problem with having no gap.
even tried firing her, and she just never believes me. Watch this. Hey, Bethany, you're fired.
Oh, you.
Yeah, that's right. You see what I mean? She just, nothing goes through. Okay, so, I think you're ready to start.
After this one time she appeared, we never saw her in another video again, or even work behind the scenes. She most likely actually just worked at Jimmy John's, and Logan got her to act in the video as a one-time cast member. Now, you guys must have not known about Bethany, but Ames is no different. Ames is basically the person who helped set up the SML gaming channel. And interestingly enough, I've actually interviewed him on this channel before. To give some more context, Ames is actually the owner of the YouTube channel Here's Marvin. They make gaming videos, similar to how Here's Jeffy did. And he's also good friends with Will, who is another cast member who helps out with almost every video nowadays. Will and Ames frequently make VR videos together, and Will even starred in a couple of Here's Marvin videos, so it's no surprise when Logan wanted to start his own gaming channel, Ames was one of the first people thrown out there to help him.
Me and Will were recording VR videos together, and I found out through him that Logan was starting a gaming channel. I think because he saw, there are some gaming parody channels, including myself, that were doing really good.
After, Ames proceeded to say that they originally hired someone else to run the gaming channel, and supposedly he wasn't very good at his job, so Logan offered to fly Ames out to Pensacola to help set up the launch of the gaming channel.
The dude they hired to run the gaming channel, was really bad because we already knew how to, film gaming content and stuff. Logan's assistant offered to fly us out, and we went to Pensacola.
After they landed in Pensacola and got to the Huckerdoo house, they would help set up their recording software and make sure that everything was good. And for the whole first week that they were out there, they would make sure that everything was running smoothly and that the crew... They would make sure that everything was running smoothly and that the crew knew everything about recording gaming videos.
We managed we didn't direct the recordings, but we made sure that everything was recording, the mics were picking up, and all that stuff for, I want to say, the first, week worth of videos while we were down there.
Ames is definitely the most unknown cast member on this list, as he only worked behind the scenes for a little while, and was only mentioned in 2 vlogs. But for our final forgotten cast member, we have to talk about Mason. who works with Ames on the Here's Marvin channel, and actually voices Jeffy on there. He had a similar involvement with Ames helping set up the gaming channel, and unlike Ames, he actually has appeared in an SML video, playing Ballerina in the Sister Location video. But now, let's talk about every forgotten SML controversy, starting with the SML Patreon, which ended up being a disaster, scamming fans out of thousands of dollars. In 2017, Logan was demonetized and down in the dumps, making no money off of YouTube. So he came up with an idea to set up a Patreon page, where he would go on to offer a variety of different rewards for paying a certain amount of money each month, with the first tier being $1 where you would get nothing, and the second tier was $5 for exclusive news and announcements. But he actually delivered on these promises. The problem started when he introduced the third tier for $10 a month, which promised early access to SML videos. The problem with this though is that Logan would upload the videos just 15 minutes before they were uploaded on Patreon. But at least he delivered on this promise, where the same can't be said for these next two tiers, the $50 and the $100 tier. These tiers promise fans to either get a shout out in the description of the video or the video itself if they paid $100. However, despite over 30 fans signing up for the $100 tier, only a lucky few actually got shouted out. But it only gets worse with the next and most expensive tier of the Patreon.
For $500, that if you paid $500, you got any video idea you wanted made. 4 or 5 people paid $500, and then their video idea was, well, I want Jeffy and your characters to watch my channel and say how amazing my channel is and tell everyone to come subscribe to my channel. That's not really a video idea. Imagine SML movie, go subscribe to this guy's channel.
And as you could imagine, this only prompted more outrage from fans. My friend donated $100 for a shout out a long time ago, and so far he's never got it. I'm glad I didn't donate. I'm not even surprised at this point. This is all one big scam. This ended up causing so much backlash for Logan that he had to upload a 15-minute long apology video, where he basically said that a lot of people were scamming him by refunding the money donated to his Patreon, meaning that Logan basically gave them the reward for free. So shortly after this, Logan ended up shutting down the Patreon in late 2017, and since then, he's never spoke about it again. While the SML Patreon may be a big mistake, an even bigger one is him almost inviting EDP445 to be a full-time cast member for the channel. In February of 2017, the one and only cupcake lover himself, EDP445, wasn't in a great financial situation, but thankfully his good friend Logan 30acre wanted to help him out. Yes, they were actually friends apparently. So on February 5th, Logan decided to fly out EDP to the 2017 Super Bowl, but little did he know, this would lead to a lot of dumb drama.
I'm so fucking appreciative and I'm so grateful, but at the same time, I refuse to get on my hands and knees and kiss your I refuse to get on my hands and knees and suck your He was like, you know what, I want to sign you to a 6-month contract in which you will be doing voice acting for my puppets on my channel. You know, he always fed me this mania about, oh my God, bro, you have the audience, you have the voice, you have the personality, you know, let's team up. I want to sign you to a 6-month contract, $5,000 a month.
Things were looking up for EDP, until after the Super Bowl, when Logan decided to stop replying to EDP's messages.
Don't sit back and feed me a fake-ass story. I'm over here blowing your phone up. I'm over here blowing your DM on Instagram up. I'm over here blowing your text messaging up. There's, like, I hate a...
But honestly, it was a good thing Logan ended up never hiring EDP, because just 4 short years later, he would be involved in the infamous cupcake incident.
That's true.
And cementing him as one of the most controversial influencers on YouTube. But there's another SML character that is so controversial, he might as well have a reward for the most YouTube controversies. The character I'm talking about is Doofy the Dragon. And to make it even worse, Doofy the Dragon is now on YouTube Kids and is causing thousands of parents around the world to panic. No, I'm not even kidding. Over the past couple of years, people have started re-uploading old Doofy the Dragon clips from the OG Super Mario Logan channel. And to make it even Mario Logan channel. And to make it even worse, YouTube is flagging these videos as made for kids, making them appear on the YouTube Kids app. This would quickly cause a...
Yeah.
ton of concerns for parents. Because if you've ever seen Doofy the Dragon, you would know he's anything but family friendly. This prompted one mom to finally speak out on TikTok about what was going on.
Son has been coming into my room anywhere from 9 to 11 o'clock at night, and he's crying. He gives me a hug, and when I ask him what's wrong, he says, "I just love you."
Then she proceeds to claim the next morning during breakfast, the kid said, quote, "Mom, can you pass away happy so I don't have to off you?"
And I'm like, "What show?" And he said, "The Dragon Show." The Dragon? What Dragon Show? On what? Because I'm trying to pull it up. And he said, "On YouTube."
Man, good thing Logan hasn't brought him back, because Doofy would influence kids to do bad things. The Doofy the Dragon situation is crazy. Funniest I've ever seen. So, the same character that would get Logan demonetized in 2018, 6 years later in November of 2024 started getting recommended on YouTube Kids. However, they eventually corrected this mistake, but this wasn't Logan's fault or anything. This was just a mistake on YouTube's end. But while SML may not be directly involved in the
yeah, that would make sense. It's YouTube's fault. Apparently, no cap.
This drama, they are definitely involved with the next drama with GameCube Dude. GameCube Dude used to be an SML reaction channel, but he also had a podcast where he would interview various guests. And in 2017, he contacted one of the SML cast members, Lavelle, to come onto his podcast. GameCube Dude would do this repeatedly, constantly asking him to join his podcast. This got to the point where Lavelle started to get annoyed, but GameCube Dude would go on to just keep contacting him. And after this, Lavelle had enough. So he called GameCube Dude on an Instagram livestream and told him that he wasn't allowed to react to SML anymore, telling him to delete every SML reaction that he's ever posted. And after a while of screaming back and forth at each other over the phone, GameCube Dude privated almost everything on his channel. But unfortunately, his argument with Lavelle has now disappeared from the internet. But before GameCube Dude could completely vanish from YouTube, he would post one last time. "Today is the day I give up on Super Mario Logan. The community is cancer because of Jeffy, and the creator has become too sensitive." At this time, Jeffy was universally hated by old fans. So Logan decided to play into it a little bit and have some fun. In 2017, Logan got completely demonetized by YouTube. So after a while of trying a variety of different things, he made a deal with YouTube that if he got his ads back on the Super Mario Logan channel, he would burn the Jeffy puppet and kill him off forever. And this actually ended up happening, when on August 31st, he got his ads back on the channel, which came as a complete shock to everyone. However, when it was time for Logan to hold up his end of the bargain, he said in a vlog that he wasn't gonna burn Jeffy, because he gave YouTube a deadline of July 20th, and they didn't give him his ads back in time. But let's be honest here, was he ever gonna burn Jeffy anyways? He makes Logan way too much money.
So they have until July 20th. So you see, guys, I clearly said that I was giving YouTube until July 20th to give me my ads back. And I did not get my ads back till August 31st, so no deal.
But you can't talk about greed without talking about Super Bam Inc., which is a company that Logan hired to copyright his content on YouTube. If you don't already know, in the summer of 2023, SML marathon videos were pulling millions upon millions of views. And someone, who will keep anonymous for this video, ended up reporting it to Anthony, who is one of the main SML cast members, which caused Anthony to talk to Logan's manager Wendy about the problem. Once she learned about how much money these compilations of SML videos were making, she decided to take action and hire a company called Super Bam Inc. to hold copyright of Logan's videos. Now, what this company does is it will search through every single video on YouTube, and if they find one using any of SML's content, and if they find one using any of SML's content, a bot will automatically give it a claim, meaning Logan is now making money off of the re-uploaded SML content, which you think would fix the problem of SML marathon videos existing, right? Well, no, because believe it or not, it actually did nothing to the people making SML marathon videos. In fact, it only affected smaller content creators who were just doing innocent reaction videos.
All my other reactions are probably gonna get hit. All these ones. All of them. All.
If you want anyone, please make marathons of my reactions. Okay.
All these ones are Super Incorporated. They gotta keep going, man. They gotta keep going. 200. 200. Is that not enough? Like, goddamn, please.
Please, stop.
The guys who make these marathon videos stealing Logan's content have gotten smart. So smart to the point where they put their own copyrighted music at the end of the 3-hour-long marathon. And then they get to claim it, claiming all of the ad revenue on the video. Superbam has even gotten so bad to the point where it affects some of my videos on this channel. So please subscribe because I've already lost a ton of money due to these claims. But whatever happened to Froggy Company, who if you didn't know, Froggy Company was a massive inspiration for Logan when he was starting the channel in 2007. Logan would later become friends with Froggy Company, giving him pointers and advice on what characters to use. But this would all backfire a few years later when Super Mario Logan actually started seeing some success on YouTube. And this made Froggy Company reach back out to Logan and demand that he pays him all the money that the Super Mario Logan channel has made. And that's not even the worst part, because he even demanded the password for the channel. Froggy Company wanted his entire channel, just because of a few bits of advice. And when Logan obviously turned down Froggy Company, he decided to start making hate YouTube poop videos on him, calling him gay and all sorts of stuff. And then when Logan reported him and got his account suspended, people started saying that Logan made him unalive himself, which he obviously didn't do because he then made another account and started hating on him again. Eventually though, he backed off and we haven't heard from him since. But nothing in this video can compare to the SML group chat. This is by far one of the most obscure SML controversies, so let me explain. In late 2019, Logan made a group chat with him and some of his fans who were more than likely underage. Then, Tito allegedly proceeded to post inappropriate pictures of him in a strip club, which is actually considered a federal crime. Chili was also in this group chat and responded to Tito saying she wasn't angry, but worried about all the women that have been exposed without their permission. Personally, I would have been more focused on the children who had to see that and how bad this would look for Logan. And what's crazy is that we never even knew about this until a couple years ago in 2023, when a Twitter user named Mr. Mason II brought up the incident while responding to a tweet about the cheating allegations. After that, a guy named Babylamb Creations on Twitter responded to this and posted the evidence on YouTube, which is now deleted. And this caused outrage. There was a whole hashtag on Twitter called #DownWithSML. People were calling Logan a PDF file and mass unsubscribing from his channel, and he would have gotten canceled if it wasn't only for a small handful of people knowing about it, and his young target audience. But let me know if I missed any controversies down in the comments below, and click on this video on screen right here. I'm sure you'll love it.
Okay. So if you like the reaction, like, comment, and subscribe. Tell us what you want us to react next. Hit that bell icon so you get notified whenever we upload, post, and go live on Dayton Bulldogs. Also, let it be known in the comments down below if you are new to Dayton Bulldogs or not. Until next time, Dayton Bulldogs, and we are now out. Until next time.